minerals that support healthy urine flow and healthy sleeping habits. It's the formula no man should be without. That's why, for a limited time, new customers can get a bottle free. All you have to do is call now. To get your free bottle of Beta Prostate, call 1-800-547-7901. You only pay shipping and handling. Supplies are limited, so one free bottle per household. Call for a free bottle of Beta Prostate. Call 1-800-547-7901. 1-800-547-7901. 1-800-547-7901. Look at your keychain. It probably says a lot about you. Does it say you're hardworking and dependable? It will when you add the keys to a 2011 Chevy Silverado All-Star Edition. And if you add them during Chevy Truck Month, they'll also say you're smart, because when you get the Chevy Silverado All-Star Edition, you're getting a trailering package, heavy-duty automatic locking rear differential, and a great deal. Get the keys that do more during Truck Month at your local Chevy dealer. Hey, what are you doing? Brakes aren't breathing about the adjustment bureau. The Chevy has a current with you, non-phase personalized, baptized in heavily blood and explosive chemistry. The adjustment bureau is more thought-provoking than Inception. Intensely romantic thriller. Just remember, we tried to wrestle with your adjustment bureau at PG-13. Inappropriate for children under 13. In theaters anywhere tomorrow.
You know, it said there are very few solid guarantees in life. Well, here is one, the 25-year guarantee that you will get if you, instead of painting your house, your apartment building, or your church, whatever building you're responsible for, you get it color-created. And Color-Crete of Central Florida at the end of this job, and the place will look brand new. I promise you. I've watched what they did with our daughter Carolyn's home when they gave it a Color-Crete job. Goes on like thick paints, made right here in Orlando by this great family-owned business, Color-Crete of Central Florida. They handed Carolyn a 25-year guarantee. They'll hand you a 25-year guarantee because they know how good this product is. It is the alternative to paint. Don't paint Color-Crete, because unlike with paint, with Color-Crete, you get incredible durability. A 25-year guarantee. Included in that, a protective barrier against wind-driven rain. It prevents mildew, puts a stop to peeling, chalking, and cracking. Great Color-Crete price made even better by a 10% price cut for you right now on Color-Crete, and a free pressure cleaning of your driveway and sidewalks. You'll be dealing with great folks. Jim Dawson and his family and his staff, as good as it gets. 25-year guarantee on Color-Crete. Find out more. Get a free estimate. Call them at 407-851-3442. 407-851-3442. Online, colorcreteusa.com. I don't know, maybe I just get myself worked up over things that you don't care about. I hope not, because otherwise this show is going to wind up being a colossal failure, and it hasn't been that until now, and we certainly don't want to head in that direction. But yesterday, when we're trying to figure out what's going on with the murder of these two U.S. soldiers by this radical Islamic nutcase in Germany, okay, what do we know at that point? We don't want to jump to any conclusions. And goodness knows we don't want to tick off the Muslims. But we know that this guy was screaming Allah Akbar, which is Allah is great, God is great, our God is great. And jihad, jihad, okay? Holy war, holy war. We know that. So is it any kind of a stretch to think this is an act of Islamic terrorism? But you don't hear that from President Obama. The guy wasn't screaming, I love Jesus, I love Jesus. He was screaming, Allah Akbar, jihad, jihad. And yet the president gets on TV and says, I'm saddened and outraged by the attack. Will spare no effort to ensure that all the perpetrators are brought to justice, and it's a stark reminder of the extraordinary sacrifices of American service members, and on and on and on. Goes the entire way without ever once saying Islam, Muslim, or terrorist. And all are clearly factors in this story. He sure was real quick at the microphone to jump to conclusions in the run-up to the beer summit that the Cambridge police had acted stupidly. He didn't have to sit back and think about that and not jump to conclusions, did he? Here you got all the evidence in the world that we're talking about radical Islam, and this is an act of terrorism. The exact connection to Al-Qaeda, this and that, whatever it is, still to be determined. But come on, the basics are clear. And the president just couldn't say it. The FBI just couldn't say it. And we see it time after time after time. Okay? Trying to do what you can to give Islam a pass and not wanting to run afoul of the bonds of political correctness. Oh, I've got more to say about the no-fly zone they're debating over Libya. Should we set it up or not? My take on that, dead ahead. And the situation in Yemen. Total chaos there. Do you remember where we were going to send all the Club Gitmo guys under Obama? Y-E-M-E-N spells Yemen. How would that be right now? 622, checking real-time traffic and weather together on the Twos now. Partly sunny and breezy today with a high of 78, 60 degrees here in Orlando. So yesterday in Congress, they had a rip-roaring debate. They had Secretary of Defense Gates talking about what it would entail for the U.S. to set up a no-fly zone over Tripoli and areas of Libya still controlled by strongman Muammar Gaddafi, okay? And he let them know. He let them know in the Senate. This is more complicated than you're thinking it is. It starts with an air attack to take out the Libyan defenses. And then, when you got that done, the Libyan air defenses, then you start flying all over the place back and forth and shooting down any plane that takes off. He says it's complicated, it takes a while, it's expensive, yada, yada, yada. And I think he's right on that. I don't want us unilaterally setting up a no-fly zone. If this is going to be done, this is going to be done with all of our allies paying their share and then some for a change, or it should not be done, in my view. Then you got John McCain saying, come on, are you kidding me? We got a couple of wars going, we do this, we do that, we're the United States of America, and we can't set up a no-fly zone over Tripoli? Well, no, the point, I think, sir, is we can, but should we? And my take on this is no, we should not if we are doing it alone. We're $14 trillion in debt. These things cost money. We got $1.5 trillion debt this year, deficit under Obama. These military operations cause money. Now more than ever, we need to be reluctant to spend any money we don't absolutely have to spend. And why should the U.S. have to be the Lone Ranger again in setting up and executing a no-fly zone in Libya? Where's everybody else? 407-916-5400. Toll free 1-866-916-5400. Jenna, isn't it interesting that the Obama administration, when they were trying to close down Gitmo, which was what the president came up with as soon as he took office, he signed this order one year from today, Guantanamo will be closed down. What are we going to do with these guys? We're going to bring them here. We're going to put them on trial. Oh, let's send a bunch of them over to Yemen. Unfortunately, we sent a few over to Yemen, and in 2 weeks, they were back out there playing terrorist again. Now imagine if we had sent the lion's share of them to Yemen, an allegedly friendly government to us. Now it's in chaos with Al-Qaeda a major presence on the Arabian Peninsula, and all of our Club Gitmo guys have been let out, and they are now in Yemen, and Yemen falls to Al-Qaeda. It could have happened.
It absolutely could have happened, and the whole Middle East is in turmoil right now, which is what is really scary when you look at gas prices, when you look at the future of foreign aid and all of that combined. It's these decisions that have been made the last 2 years and the years before that, you know, leading up to this, have really culminated in this huge chaotic mess, and I don't think anybody knows how to get out of it.
I just don't think we need to be in it, to be honest with you. I don't think we need to be in it. And certainly if we set up a no-fly zone, it should only be at the direct request of the forces in opposition to Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. We just don't do that, not knowing that anybody really wants it done, for crying out loud. Let's go to Frank in Melbourne. Hello, Frank. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Bud Hedinger. A pleasure as always.
Thank you. What's on your mind?
Been listening to you for quite a while. I kind of admire and respect your opinion and your positions on everything, but I'm kind of at a loss here, so maybe you can help me out. How come we never hear anything going on in China? You never hear China taking any involvement. You never hear of any terrorist attacks, quote unquote, in China. I'm kind of missing something.
In other words, why isn't Al-Qaeda picking off people in the middle of Beijing?
Yeah, my point exactly.
I think you're scared to death of China. That's what I think. They're big and they don't put up with much.
That's the short answer. They are not politically correct there.
No, I don't think they have a clue what it is. And if you told them what it is, it's political correct. It's all nonsense. What, you crazy? Now, you're absolutely right, Frank. You're absolutely right.
May not even be a Chinese word for politically correct. Anyway, Thanks for taking my call, brother.
All right, you know the old saying, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for I am the meanest son of a gun in the valley. Okay? I think that's how the terrorists view China. Dead ahead, the daily Wall Street Journal report, and then, women, listen up. A new report says you've overtaken men in so many areas, but you're still only making 75% of the money the guys are making. Why is that? Who's to blame? I would say, among other things, start by looking in the mirror. Stay with me, I'll explain. 628 on BHL. Good morning.